Tag, meine Damen und Herren. Ich möchte Ihnen in den nächsten 10 Minuten, 15 Minuten nahelegen, was ist eigentlich der Vorteil, was ist eigentlich der Kundennutzen von Smart Metering, weil ohne eine Frage, ist Deutsch okay or would you prefer me speaking in English? Anybody prefer English here? Anybody object to me speaking English? Okay, then I'm going to talk about what is the customer benefit of smart metering. And you all might know that in the next couple of years, we want to do a rollout of smart metering infrastructure in Germany, as in many, many other countries in the world. And the challenge there for the energy suppliers and for the industry as a whole is that the digital metering technology is more expensive than the analog technology. So unless you can provide real customer benefits, it's a challenging business proposition. Just a couple of words about Discovergy. We are now almost 10 years old. We have locations in Heidelberg and in Aachen, and we are like a full stack metering operator, which means that we can provide everything starting with installation, the meters, the smart meter gateways, but including the backend infrastructure where we generate the customer benefits. So we offer like real-time visualization, we offer alerting, and we offer a lot of value-added services. And we don't do that just for electricity, but also for gas, water, heat, and so on. And when we started out almost 10 years ago, we thought, what can we do as a startup to make a contribution to this big topic, energy transition? And so we thought transparency is a good thing. And then we went to a lot of energy companies and we told them, hey, we can help your customers gain transparency about your energy consumption. And then those energy companies told us, that's very neat what you do, but really we don't like transparency too much. Our business is to sell as much electricity as possible. So yeah, it's not really that helpful what you're doing. And that's how we ended up becoming a competitive metering operator. And in Germany, we're in the special situation that you cannot only pick your energy provider, but you can also pick your metering operator. So we are like almost the only and maybe the most successful independent metering operator in Germany today. And yeah, as I said before, we help contributing to reducing your carbon footprint. And also if you're a consumer, previously you received one electricity bill per year, and we provide you the transparency so that you no longer have any surprise about your energy bills. So to make all of this successful, you need to have more benefits than the cost. So one of the core things that we do is we help you visualize and experience the energy consumption, and we do this both over a web portal and mobile apps. And so if you're a consumer, this is, for example, how you can see your load curve. You see how does the energy consumption and the cost vary throughout the days. But especially interesting use cases is if, for example, you have a PV installation on your rooftop, because then we can help you to understand when is the best time to turn on your dishwasher, your washing machine, and so on. Because as you all know, nowadays you can produce your energy at a much, much lower cost than the electricity that you buy off the grid. But we also help you if you have like dynamic pricing. On the energy stock exchange, you have different prices throughout the course of the day. So we can tell you what is the right time, if you have such a tariff, to switch on your appliances. When do you want to charge your electric car? Or maybe if you have a heat pump, to control this heat pump in a smart way to minimize your cost function. And we do this for like residential meters. We also do this for commercial meters. And for the commercial meters, there's a lot more things that you can see. You can see like reactive power, voltage, etc., etc. And this is just to demonstrate that this not only works for electricity, but this is the visualization for gas meter, and you see in very, very tiny symbols also the weather forecast. So this allows us to correlate your your heating energy use with the temperature, and that allows you also to deduce whether whether your building is efficiently isolated or whether your heating system works efficiently, and then we're able to give you specific hints what actions you could take to improve the energy efficiency of your building. And we're able to send you energy reports that basically tell you how do you perform versus your performance last month, how do you perform relative to similar households. So you have a smiley face if everything is kind of all right, or if you really can improve a lot, we will also give you the corresponding hints. You're able to configure alerts. So if your energy consumption is higher than a preset benchmark or higher than it should be, you can get a push notification and email to know that some action is possible. And yeah, so basically all this helps you to get a maximum of transparency. And why is transparency interesting? It is because it allows you to reduce your cost, to reduce your spend on electricity and energy. And so basically, at the end of the day, it allows you to save money. And now, one thing that's very, very exciting that you can do with smart meters, especially smart meters that allow you to capture your energy consumption at a high resolution, you're able to figure out what appliances in your household or in your company consume how much energy. So what does it mean? That means that you all know, from your past mobile phone bills or from when you go to the supermarket, that you get an itemized bill. So in the end of the day, we want to be able to tell you this is how much your oven, your refrigerator, your washing machine consumed, because then you know, is this actually a lot? Does it make sense maybe to buy a new fridge? Or maybe is it time to defrost the fridge? Or maybe it really makes a difference whether you wash your washing at 90 degrees or at 40 degrees. So we can really provide you those insights that allow this to be possible. And now, if you hear this the first time, you probably wonder, how does it actually work? How can you get from one electricity meter in your house, how can you possibly figure out how much is the energy consumption of the individual appliances? And it's the first time one hears this, one thinks, I don't think that's possible. But if you think about it, if a smart meter is able to capture your energy consumption once every second, and in Germany we typically have 3-phase meters, so we have this data for each of those 3 phases, that is a lot more data points than you have events in your household, than the number of times you switch a light switch or you turn on an appliance. So how this basically works, we use machine learning to do pattern recognition on your energy consumption data, and here you already see this periodic pattern, which is, in this example, it's a normal fridge. So a fridge isn't on all the time, but the fridge has a cooling cycle, then it reaches the target temperature, it switches off, and then it starts all over again. And those patterns we can recognize fully automatically. And so on this slide, you see the raw data, and on the next slide, you see what we're able to do completely automatic with machine learning algorithms to deduce what is the fridge, what is the dishwasher, what is the washing machine, and then allow you to give you like a detailed breakdown of the different appliances. And of course, you can also look at this on a monthly basis or on a yearly basis. And then it's actually very interesting, like if you buy a fridge in the media market or in the electronics store, in Germany they all have this label how much they should use every year. But it's a little bit like with the vehicles, they tell you how much they consume per 100, how many liters of fuel they consume on 100 kilometers, but the reality is often very different. And so here you can really benchmark how much do your appliances use in reality. And we are also working on making this possible almost in real time, which of course is a lot more challenging. So this is a demo we had at the eWorld trade fair, where we had like a coffee machine and some lights and some other things. And there we were able to really recognize things going on and off almost in real time. And the reason to do this is because then we can give you feedback on a completely new level. Yeah, we can tell you that your TV has been on for 2 hours and 50 minutes, and then maybe another 10 minutes, and we might tell you, you know, it might be a good idea to do something else, get some fresh air, or if your washing machine has been running for a while, like you kind of want to get an alert on your mobile phone when it's done, so that you don't go into your basement and see, oh, the washing machine is another 10 minutes going. I just went down in the cellar, now I've got to go up again, and so on. So the real goal, which is still a lot of work, is to be able to recognize everything in real time, to give you real-time insights on what's going on and advise where you can save things. And the reason for doing this is because then we can tell you really it's time to get a new appliance or to change your behavior with the various appliances. And the other benefit is really also you have the peace of mind. Yeah, like in the beginning, when people get our smart meters, they engage a lot with the portal, they log on frequently, but after a while, just like everything, it starts to get boring. So in a way, we provide you the peace of mind that when you don't hear anything from us, you can be sure everything is all right. But if something is out of the ordinary, we will tell you so that you can react on this. And this is like the core of what I wanted to say. And thank you very much for your attention. And if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Thanks very much.
Ja, vielen Dank, Herr Starzacher. Thank you very much for your presentation. Are there any questions? Gibt es Fragen?
Happy to know there's so detailed control about energy exhaust to our residential revolution in the future. But to foresee the usage or habits of our customer, most of them doesn't have such kind of good habit to focusing on so many details. People may be more familiar with some scenario to fit their lifestyle. If they are looking for an eco green lifestyle, they just do choosing a button to make everything run in the lowest cost, lowest energy resource mode. But they may need these things turn on at the right time when they back to the home. So after you giving this research, how do we help people to enjoy life, also balance with the energy resource? Would that be our job?
So I fully agree with you that the majority of people, you know, assume the electricity is the cheapest at 4 o'clock at the night. Nobody will get up at 4 in the night to switch on the washing machine, yeah? That will not happen. So that's also why when we talk about automatic control, we focus on the high-consuming devices like a heat pump, electric vehicle charging, air conditioning, where you want to automate it, yeah? You want to make it as low engagement as possible for the user, and that's why the aim really has to be to automate as much as possible. But of course, you cannot automate buying a new appliance. Yeah, this is something that the user has to do. So I think the answer is it has to be a mixture of both. But to make the customer aware of it is a first step. Yeah, awareness is a precondition to. That's right. And also you have the special situation that electricity in most of the world, or at least in Germany, compared to income, is still really, really cheap. Yeah. So if I tell a customer, hey, you can save like €1 per month, nobody's going to change behavior. But if I do gamification and tell them, hey, your neighbor is consuming 50% less, you know, then it's the competitive gene in people then they will change behavior. So we need to use also gamification to get people to do good behavior. You're welcome.
Are there any more questions? So that is not the case, so thank you very much for the presentation, and we will go on with our next presentation in a few minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.